Hi, my name's Ilma and welcome to my channel. I've been posting Christian blogs for 11 straight years every day. And today I'd like to share 1 John 4:17 to 18. And here's the word of God. By this is love perfected with us, so that we may have confidence for the day of judgment. Because as He is, so also are we in this world. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. For fear has to do with punishment, and whoever fears has not been perfected in love. 1 John 4:17 to 18. And here's the poem I wrote, inspired by those following verses. Perfect love casts out fear. The love that the world offers is temporary and transactional. The love that we have from the Lord is infinite and unconditional. If you take the worldly love that is given to you by someone, hold on to it while it lasts, for soon it will be gone. Fear is the opposite of love, for it makes you enslaved. Fear is the absence of trust and can make one in bondage. If fear consumes you, you will never feel joy or freedom. Fear makes you on edge and exhausted and without wisdom. The love that God the Father has for His children lasts infinitely. It gives you such assurance and contentment that is limitless. The steadfast love of the Lord is so satisfying and fulfilling. It makes one feel accepted, as He is so gracious and forgiving. The love that the Lord has for us is perfect and complete. He gives it to us, and we ought to receive it without working for it. He made us all into His own image and likeness. He knows that if we accept His gift, we will be righteous. If we love, we are made perfect by it because He loved us first. Let us cast all our fears and enter into the greatest kind of love. He gave us His only Son to die so we can be redeemed and renewed. Let us not live in fear, but let our minds and hearts be lived for Jesus. Reflection. Why do you think people fear so many things? And what does that reveal according to these verses? It says here, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. So it says also that for fear has to do with punishment, and whoever fears has not been perfected in love. So when we start fearing something, we need to examine our hearts and find out what is causing the fear. And you'll be surprised that what is hidden in that fear is a form of believing a lie. For example, if you start fearing that your children do not love you and that they are not responding to whatever it is that you ask them to do, then you will have more false thinking or more lies that will enter your mind. So you start to be more insecure. You start to watch everything they do, so that this expectation that you have on them is going to happen. And if it doesn't, you get more fearful and more fearful. So fear is the absence of love, it says here. So the opposite of love is not hate, but is fear. So when we start fearing, there is the absence of trust. When we fear something, we don't trust the Lord enough. It took me a while to recognize that, because when I start having all this fear as to something, for example, my husband was diagnosed with something, and I started fearing that he might die soon. So when I fear that, I get more anxious and more things that I worry about. So one fear leads to another fear and another. So because of the mistrust that I have, I didn't even think that it was a mistrust in God. It's a mistrust in God because why would I even think that God is not going to take care of me or not take care of him, or because I don't pray for it. Instead, I worry about it. And we are also asked in the Bible to be anxious for nothing, but in everything, bring it to God in supplication and in prayer. So when we fear, we should recognize that we are believing a lie. There's a thought that came to us that's probably anchored on an experience, a bad experience that we had. So that fear that it might happen again will bring more other fear. Now, a person who perfectly loves somebody, it means that they perfectly trust. So we perfectly trust God, who made us in his own image. Why should we even have any worries or anxiety? Because he even takes care of everything in the world that he created. He takes care of the birds. They don't have to work to get food. He takes care of the flowers. They grow, you know, even though we don't take care of them, the wildflowers. So it's important for us to find out what causes our fear. And usually because our love is not perfected yet. God is the perfect love. So if we are not in God, we cannot be fearless. Instead, we will be fearful. If we are in God, we will be full of love and we will be full of trust. So thanks for watching. I hope you check my website at ilmaarts.com for artworks, photographs, and a copy of this blog. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube so I could make more videos, bring you the Word of God. Thanks for watching.